So how long have you been going to that big gym for? How much results have you seen? How long has it? How much of it have you kept?
Yeah.
Now let's compare that at a month or 2 or 3 here, and see how much results you get here compared to there, and how much of those results you actually keep. And again, that value, or that you're gonna get, you're actually underpaying for that.
If you're new, it's your first week or first few sessions. If your trainer's demolishing you, that just walk away from that.
Yeah, if you're brand new, they should only literally for your first few weeks be pushing you at maybe 50%.
That
They
first
should.
few weeks is analytical. Like, let's see what this person looks like when they're, squatting or doing all these other things. A very like focused on form, asking you questions like how's your heart rate right now? How hard is this for you right now?
You'd want to stay with this one if they ask you a few days later how you felt the last few days after your first few workouts.
Yep.
Welcome back to Behind the Strength, where we help you build your health, wealth, and peace of mind.
I'm Carlo Belagase.
I'm Christian Alvarez.
Welcome back to the show.
Welcome back. Today we're going to be talking about actually a question that was posed to us by one of our listeners. And this is a very passionate topic for us because we are in the industry, and it's about how do you find the right personal trainer for you. So first of all, we want to thank the listener that actually sent this to us. If you guys have any comments or questions, or if you have any requests for us to cover any sort of topics, please email us
at bts@strengthinu.com. That's Bobby Terry Sandy at strengthinu.com. Strength letter N the letter U.com. Or you could hit us up directly on Instagram. Our handle is at strengthinu, STRENGTHNU. That's how this listener hit us up and asked us a question. So that's the best way to hit us up actually too. So
fantastic. So Carlo, how do you find the right trainer for you, man?
With all the Instagram and freaking YouTube
so
trainers
many
out there, and
so
online
many types
trainers.
of training.
Yeah.
So many programs offered online.
Yeah,
how do I find the right trainer for me? That's a massive question, dude.
That's a big question that everybody has, and there's a lot of confusion behind what is a good trainer. Who is is this person reputable? I think the number one thing it starts off with is understanding what your goals are first. Because if you know what you want to do, if you want to lose weight, if you want to gain muscle, and you have a strict timeline on that, now you could go shop around and find out what trainer is good for you. It's like a house, right?
Yes.
We were just talking about this morning about a house. The reason why I moved to Stouffville is because I needed these certain things. I need a backyard for my dog. I need more room. A basement for storage. So I laid out all these criteria of what we were looking for, and then we went shopping for that house. We told our realtor, okay, this is what we need. So a lot of times, the reason why a lot of people fail with personal training is because they don't know their goals. Because now you're going to a trainer who does, I don't know, some crazy ass shit that nobody understands, but you just want to lose weight.
So right off the hop, it's be specific about what you want. Is it fat loss or weight loss?
Yes.
Or is it I want to gain some muscle and I want to get stronger?
Yes.
Right? So be specific, number one.
100%.
Right? Where do I go from there?
Now from there, okay, so what you could do is a typical thing. To ask your friends, because I'm pretty sure a lot of people have friends now that have personal trainers or knows of people, and shop around. Just like any contractor, realtor, you want to shop around and get their credentials.
I say this. You know what? It's just like how a house is an investment.
Mm-hmm.
A car is an investment. Well, not really, but still. Your body's an investment. A
high-end car is an investment.
It's an investment that when I'm saying you're investing time and money into it.
Yes.
Right? And you've worked for both, and one you can't get back. So especially when it comes to your health, this is an investment. So I think the number one thing, just like when you go and look for your new car or your new house, you're going to do some research.
Yes.
So after knowing exactly what you want, you have to do some research, guys.
How about budget, man?
Right? That's a huge thing, right? So know your budget. And
guys, do us a favor. Know your budget before you sign up with anything.
Yes. Whatever fitness club or whatever program that you do, you have a budget in mind. You know these things aren't free. You know they're going to be of a cost perspective.
Yes.
And you have to remember that it's not so much based. It shouldn't be, your decision shouldn't be based on price.
No.
It should be based on the value that you're going to get. So that's a huge thing. Don't just think, oh my God, I'm paying $70 a session. That's expensive. I'm going to go to this $30 an hour trainer. You go and do that, well, you're going to get a $30 an hour result if they even finish that. So that's a huge thing, guys. Do your research and have a budget in mind, because don't look like, deer in the headlights when they start to present you a price.
Yeah.
Because these things are, it's a service, it's a professional service that have a cost attached to them. And remember, cost is attached to value. You'll only spend for what you feel like is valuable to you.
Yeah, I mean, what's the difference between like those one-off like community colleges or whatever versus say like Stanford or like there's a difference in education and price. You're not going to get the same level of stuff. So it's the same thing with everything. Like a contractor, you're going to go with, if you want at least, so the rule of thumb is get at least 3 quotes. That's our rule of thumb, especially that.
I'm actually going to relate this right back to our business, because we are in the fitness and therapy industry. For those of you guys who are just tuning in, we've been in the industry now for well over 2 decades of experience, and we've been in business now for about 8 years. So in saying that, a lot of times, people will talk about price and say, hey, you know what? At this big gym, so-and-so, I pay a membership of $400 a year, or it comes up to $49.99 a month. Why do you guys charge $49.99 bi-weekly? It's like, okay, so how long have you been going to that big gym for? How much results have you seen? How long has it? How much of it have you kept?
Yeah.
Now let's compare that at a month or 2 or 3 here, and see how much results you get here compared to there, and how much of those results you actually keep. And again, that value or that you're gonna get, you're actually underpaying for that.
Yes, absolutely. Well, in some cases,
In that case,
some businesses just charge up the ass and the results aren't good.
Yes, of course.
Yeah, that's why.
But that's what it is. It's like, okay, I can pay $49.99 at a big gym, try and work my way through these big machines that nobody ever knows how to use. No motivation, nobody there to actually keep you accountable, and no real community.
Because a gym is essentially you're renting out the equipment, right?
You're renting out equipment.
You're renting out
space
the
for the time,
and you could use your equipment.
Yes.
That's essentially what that membership is.
Yes.
In a facility like ours, say for group classes, that's a totally different thing. You're not paying for just renting out the equipment. You're paying to get guidance. You're paying to not have to think for a second about your pro incomes. That's the number one thing that people don't want to do, or get really confused about.
And to go furthermore into that, now you're going into personal training. So that's one-on-one attention, one-on-one focus, your own personal programming. You're pretty much with that professional for the hour, and you got Q&A all hour long. Now, if you're doing these training sessions and you're not talking about anything but your weekend and what you did last night, you're wasting your money. I would be questioning the shit out of my professor or my teacher if I had an hour with them.
Yeah.
Why not?
Yeah. Yeah.
People like to be challenged mentally. A good trainer does.
Yes.
And you should find out what they do know, especially when you go in for a consultation, because anybody worth their money out there should, number 1, give you a consult, and 2, a sample of their product.
Yes.
That is a sample training session.
And what does that entail? All that stuff. So I would come in, I would give you a call. I would say, hey, I'm interested in personal training.
First and foremost, I would ask you what your goal is.
Right away.
And why do you want it? And why do you want it now?
Yes.
Like, what's going to keep you coming in here? Your goal in your head of, I don't know, let's just say you want to lose 10 pounds for vacation. You want to walk in here. Cool. That's what's going to get you to walk in here. But we're really going to dig down and what's going to make you stay? What's going to make you stay and actually fulfill those 10 pounds? And long after that, what's going to get us to actually keep going on new goals?
Yes.
So that's a big thing, right? But first and foremost, you should get a consultation. They should get your goals, your timeline. A timeline should be built right away.
Yeah.
First of all, your macro, so your major timeline. So let's just say a goal of 6 months, and then you do your little, micro goals.
Yeah, we're
just
gonna
so
hit the first few
you're
weeks.
constantly seeing stuff in the mirror and whatever.
Yep.
And you should have a way to gauge it. They should have a way to gauge it. It could be through the use of measurements. It's a big one in this industry. Body fat scales. Even the use of your clothing sizing is a huge thing to add to that, right? If your goals are for strength and whatever, then you would actually start your personal lifts or your personal bests, right?
Yep.
But first and foremost, you should get a consultation. They should find out everything they can about you. That trainer should be asking questions about you. Any past history, any injuries, any sort of aches and pains.
Yep.
any medication that you're on, any sort of illnesses or weaknesses that you may have in your body that you may not know.
Yeah. What kind of exercise
What kind of
have you
exercise
done in the past?
have you done?
Are you currently on a program?
When was the last time you worked out?
Yeah. Yeah.
You know,
What's
they
your
should be
knowledge of
asking
any
these
supplementation
questions.
of food? Like, what is your relationship like with food?
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's a big one because nobody ever covers the food aspect.
Nobody ever does that, man.
And it's like, we're going to promise you the world and you're going to train with me 2-3 times a week, but we're not even going to talk about what you're eating and putting in your mouth. That's
Why do you think, and I've been hearing this a lot, why do you think, like, as a personal trainer, why wouldn't you ask these things, man? It's
they
just,
want the quick sale.
It weirds me out. It's like, this
They
is
want
your
the
business.
quick sale, and that's all they're focused on.
Okay.
They want the quick sale. I see
And
money.
we've seen it all the time.
I see dollar signs, and so I'm not going to cover anything else. Here's my pitch 3 times a week for the next 6 months. Here's the cost.
Yeah.
Right? That's a quick sale.
Yeah.
Quick sale. While they're hot, get them.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right? That's any sales.
Yeah.
Whether you're buying a car, you're buying a house, you know, when they're hot, you get them. But that can also backfire on you really, really bad and really fast, right? So,
Yeah.
You know-
What is your take on, say you're working out at a gym and it's the floor trainer that kind of talks to you and tries to get you into consult? Like, I'm pretty sure a lot of our listeners get that too.
listen,
What was your take on that?
I myself have been a trainer now for years and years and years. So
For-
I have
forever.
I have helped like hundreds and hundreds of people on many gym floors across the GTA.
I would say
for free.
thousands now, yeah.
And for free, a lot of them. Not every trainer is out there to just get a sale.
Okay.
They are generally there to help you, but there are a lot of people who will snake their way into it, right? If guys, you should be able to read a fake from a heartbeat. Like, what kind of, put it this way, in a quick minute, if somebody goes up to you and approaches you, what value have they posed to you in the last 30 seconds?
Yes.
Did they give you anything of value? When they tweaked your exercise, or did they even touch you? Did they actually give you a good pointer? Did they stay and see you through your next set?
Mm-hmm.
If they did give you value for nothing and for asking for nothing, then they're pretty genuine about it.
Yeah.
Now, if the pointers and stuff come quick, and if they're quick to say, hey, you're doing things wrong and whatever, you got to watch out for those guys.
Watch out for those are the guys that or girls that I actually hate. The ones that like
You're doing this
really,
wrong.
yeah,
You're doing
really
this, yeah.
like they're condescending it sometimes
Yeah.
too.
You know, my
make you
biggest
feel like
thing,
shit.
whenever I've helped anybody, I always say, can I give you a better way to do that? Or can I help you with feeling that a little bit better? Or can I help enhance that exercise for you?
Yeah.
Those are the kinds of things that you want to do. Because, you know, first of all, it keeps a person's mind open to even being receptive to what you have to say.
Yeah.
And number two, if you actually genuinely want to help them, you want them to be receptive.
Yes.
Right? So, and if you're just trying to, like, you know, tell people, hey, this is what I know, nobody wants to listen to you.
Yeah, trainers, if you're listening to this, the best way to actually kill it on the floor is actually kill it on the floor with a current client.
Yeah.
Because that's marketing. Once you put
That is
somebody
marketing
once you
101,
put
yeah.
somebody on the floor, everybody in that gym, whether they're not fully looking at you, like staring at you, they're paying attention to what the fuck you're saying, what you're doing, and your body language.
I think the biggest thing, too, for a lot of people who are shopping for a personal trainer or who have, you know, something in mind of working one-on-one with someone, ask their current clientele.
That's a great one.
Joe, ask their current
just like
clientele.
a reference letter.
What would you
right?
say?
Yeah.
What would you say about your trainer?
Yeah.
Oh, he's fantastic when he's here, but he barely shows up.
Boom.
You're going to get that.
Yeah.
Oh my God, great trainer, great energy, but he's always 15 minutes late and he always ends 10 minutes early. Are you okay with that? And just like any relationship you take on, you have to be okay with certain things. So when you're shopping and comparing with stuff, it's kind of like shopping for a condo. I didn't like that space, but the location was prime and the parking was great. This one, the location was prime, there was no parking, and the space was everything I wanted. So you have to have areas of where you can say, okay, I can live without and I can live with.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You should be having a criteria. If you don't already have a criteria of the ideal personal trainer you want, then start to actually shop around and ask people for ask their clientele, ask your friends, and find out, what do you think is a good trainer? Why is your trainer a good trainer for you?
Yeah.
Right? What makes a good criteria for them?
What fitness goal did he help you achieve, or she help you
Exactly.
achieve?
Yeah. What kind of
or
benchmarks?
if you're just new, it's good to get new people and people who've
Yeah.
been with
What
them
keeps
for a
you
while.
coming back?
Yeah.
What keeps you coming back about that person or about that facility?
Yes.
You know, those are great questions to ask. The next point of that is when you're actually meeting with these people, these potential trainers of yours or whatever, personality is a huge thing.
It's the next biggest thing.
It's the next
I always,
biggest
I
thing.
always, when I was doing the consults here, I always told people, listen, or it doesn't. I 100% am confident that any of our trainers could get you to your goals for sure. My job right now is to match personalities, and every personality that came through the door and that actually signed up for personal training, I was very deliberate on who they trained with.
Yeah, of course.
And that's a big thing. Like, if you need to feel out the person's personality, because if you're the type of person that needs that fucking girl who shouts at you and yells in your face, then you don't want a timid personal trainer.
Exactly.
If you're a person who needs all the information and facts, maybe you want those scholastic trainers who just talk all this whatever. But anyways, those guys annoy me.
Maybe that's the right person.
Maybe that's the
for
right
you.
person for you, because they just educate you on anatomy.
Or
and
some people want a trainer that's very, very like, let's go, come on, keep
for
going, cheer you
the
on. They're like a
cheerleader.
cheerleader.
Yeah.
There's
And that's
various
great.
types of trainers, right?
Yeah,
So you got to remember that, and it's all based on the person's personality.
Yes.
Some people just like to have somebody physically there. There's not much going on as far as talk. There's not much going on as far as touch. Not my personal take. I don't like that, and I don't like to see that amongst our trainers. But some people like it. Some people,
Just
that's
like
why
what?
there is a market for it.
What, the
It's
stands?
literally some person standing behind me counting. Some people pay for that, and
Can't
they're
you
okay
download
with
an
it.
app for that now? You don't need to fucking
man.
hire a trainer.
They feel like they have to go to the gym when this person's standing behind them.
All right, and another thing, what you need to do, well, personality is huge. That connection, there's that unspoken connection with somebody. Once you feel that connection with a person who you feel is genuine, then go with that. You could feel it when a person is being like a little snake, like not genuine. Just talks all the shit. If they promise you the world within like a week, walk away. Walk away immediately. What we always say here, man, it's gonna take you at least X amount of time. We actually create a timeline based on your goals and your body fat percentage and all that stuff and what your current levels are, right? And we always say, listen, we under promise, over deliver. I'll never tell you that you're gonna be here for 1 week and you're gonna see a fucking crazy result. I'll rather tell you you're gonna be here for the next 6 months, and in 3 months you're like, holy shit, Carl, this is the best thing ever. I'm where I am right now. So realistic goals. A personal trainer who outlines realistic goals is better for you. Anybody who talks all the shit, saying they're going to get you your goals or whatever. And also watch out for the other type of trainer who just is like, I'm educating you for the next 6 months as well. Like that's just, there's a
and you
balance
haven't broken
there.
a sweat.
There's a balance there, man. And or the one-sided, the idealistic trainers, the ones who have their own religion. Like, I just do kettlebell and you should just do kettlebell, or this is my bodybuilding style. You need to, don't worry, you could lose fat by just doing bodybuilding styles. Yeah. And they have no clue about anything else. So
that's the thing that I wanted to cover next is basically once, hey, you have your goal, you've looked at some personalities. There's a couple people that you feel like would be the right fit. You kind of get along with them. Maybe you got 2 or 3 in mind already. The next biggest thing is their style.
Yes.
Right? Make sure your style and their style of training can get along with, 1, your goals, and 2, you're into that. Because believe me, if you're not into that style of training, like a fast-paced, say, high-interval training, you're not going to get along with somebody that believes in high intensity training and conditioning. If you're into building your body and you're going to an athletic coach, you're not going to get along very well.
Yes.
Nor are you going to get to your goals.
Yeah.
If you're if you're bodybuilding and you're trying to become the greatest hockey player you can be, that's not going to work either.
Yeah.
So you got to remember, their style of training is everything. And after you figure out, number one, guys, we said, figure out what your goal is, what your timeline is. Once you have that defined, figure out why you want it. What's going to get you to stay and actually keep at that goal?
Yeah, because at times it's going to be hard. Sometimes,
right?
A lot of times, you're not going to want to do it.
Next, do your research. Do a little bit of homework. Ask different clientele. Ask different people who go to these different gyms or different trainers. Then you actually scout out the trainer, and you're going to see personality. Do we fit? Yeah. And to go alongside with that, does their style of working out work for me? Does it?
How does one know that? How did you determine? Can you give some of these guys that? How do you determine if they're doing the right stuff
for your goal?
For your goal, how do they know? Because a lot of people don't, man.
Well, that's the biggest thing is you have to. That's what doing your research. Anybody in these days has access to the internet, and
Yeah.
you could easily type, what is the best way to lose fat to train?
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean?
I say one of the indicators is like if you're new, it's your first week or first few sessions. If your trainer is fucking demolishing you, that just walk away from that.
Yeah, if you're brand new, they should only literally for your first few weeks be pushing you at maybe 50%.
Yeah, they should that
They
first
should-
few weeks is analytical. Like, let's see what this person looks like when they're squatting or doing all these other things. A very like focused on form, asking you questions like how's your heart rate right now?
You know-
How hard is this for you right now?
To go even further than that, a detailed person, you'd want to stay with this one if they ask you a few days later how you felt the last few days after your first few workouts.
Yep.
Because if they don't ask those questions and they don't care and they're just pushing you through anything,
Oh.
they're not actually gauging your actual abilities, right?
Yeah. Did we talk about they actually lay out a plan for you?
Yeah, that's a big thing. So once
Like
you
a
actually
periodized plan, like this is what we're going to be doing.
Yes.
You could expect these kind of results. This is our goal.
that is a major one because one, it allows for communication. Guys, communication between your trainer, because your trainer is going to be your coach, is going to be everything. So number one, they should, once you guys have laid out your goals and all that, they should have a plan for you. Some sort of what we call a periodization plan, or you could consider it a blueprint, just like building a house. They take you from step one to the end. Everything may not be written in stone, but they have a general idea as to how they're going to take you from point A to point Z.
So, for example, what would that look like?
Let's just say if you're a beginner right now, you want to lose 20 pounds of fat in the next 6 months.
Yep.
Probably for the first 2 months, I'd take you through total body workouts, up to 45 1-minute rest periods, focusing a lot on major stuff in your body weight things, just movement.
Okay.
And then we'll start to progress you with engaging more muscle through your body. Maybe one day we're going to use major lifts, compounds.
Yeah.
Right?
We'll eventually get to that.
And
yeah.
then we're going to actually, in the later months, we're going to engage the ancillary muscles, the smaller ones, and adjust that, speed up your heart rate a little bit. Even those type of conversations to explain to you the kind of stages you're going to go through. Hey, the first month, you're going to lose 6 pounds, but it's not fat. You're going to lose some of it. That's water.
Yeah.
That's huge.
Yeah.
Because you're already priming the client to tell them, listen, this is what you should be expecting. And anybody that's a seasoned veteran in this game or anybody that's worth their research would at least tell you what you should expect over the next few months and how they're going to get you there.
Yep. And that trainer should be like really analyzing you for first bit and changing course. It's not going to be
That's why
a
it's not
concrete
written
plan.
in stone.
It's not
Yeah.
written in stone. And you shouldn't expect it
No,
to be written in stone
no.
because you can't. Nobody in this world could have a conversation with you and train with you like twice and then be like, okay, this is exactly what we're going to do. Because even to this day, like months later, that when we have clients, we change things up because of their certain situations. So a good trainer will be able to identify that you can't do a certain thing and give you modifications, or will identify if it's too easy for you and then push you a little bit.
Well, this is why it's important that after you consult with a trainer, a personal trainer, you actually are taken through a sample workout,
Yeah.
a workout that will pertain to you, nothing to kill you, but to kind of see where your body's at, how your body moves, how much exercise you can handle, how fast your heart rate goes,
So what do you recommend now if a trainer that you're interested in, but that person doesn't do sample sessions?
then I wouldn't do it.
You didn't do it.
No.
All right. And they demand like you have to buy 10 sessions with me first.
No.
No.
No, then you're not worth it. Then you're not that confident in your skill that you need to seal me.
But you know that reverse psychology shit.
That's great,
that people
man.
do. Yeah.
But now you can get me for 100 sessions if you give me one free.
But people don't get that.
If you give me one free to just sample me and to really get to know me and to show me what you got and how you're gonna get me to my goal, I'll probably buy 100 right off the hop with you
That's
because
how
I know what you're worth it.
One client back in the old gym that we used to work at, I think I told you this. It was at late at night. Sorry, it was prime time. It was like 7:30.
Yeah.
And all the trainers were around. And this one client came from like he left for a while and he wanted to restart his training.
Oh yes, I remember.
I was like, I only have like 4 left. I want to see if I could do some personal training again, blah blah, and see if I could finish off my sessions. And everybody just shut the hell up, and I was like, and didn't even acknowledge the guy even existed, which is so rude. And I was like, you know what? Fuck, 4 sessions? Whatever. It's 4 sessions for me. So I went up, introduced myself. I was like, listen, I know you have 4 sessions. I'm going to do this one for free. I just want to show you that I know your trainer isn't here anymore. But I want to show you what I could do. And at first I want to analyze what we could do within the 4 sessions, and I have to see what you're capable of. I'm not just going to train you 4 sessions just to fucking
See
hang
you
out.
later. Yeah.
Boom. That guy bought I think he bought 100 something sessions
Man.
after that.
Yeah. Yeah. So your trainer should be offering you a sample product, like just to
Yeah.
see where they're at. Because you remember, as much as they're interviewing you as a client, you're interviewing them as a trainer. It goes both ways.
Yeah.
So, guys, it is a half-half, because as the trainer or as the professional, I would expect you show up at your best as well. And
That's
it doesn't have
another
to
thing,
necessarily
yeah.
be like, hey, listen, you have to be in the best shape of your life, and you got to be able to do this many push-ups and sit-ups and pull-ups. I'm talking about, man, don't go get wasted the night before and show up, and then you're going to be throwing up. Don't go and not eat and show up.
Yeah.
Don't come in after 12 hours of work and expecting to be, in your best or whatever, right?
Yeah.
You have a responsibility as well to your trainer, or to that person, to show up at your best, just like how the professionals should show up at their best.
Absolutely.
So it goes both ways for people who are shopping for a trainer.
It's a symbiotic relationship.
Yes.
Like you have to understand that you have to make it enjoyable for the trainer as well. Like,
Yeah,
like
of
it's-
course.
it's-
They're gonna want to train you.
You're like, it's for me, I enjoy it when someone's pushing and challenging, and we're challenging each other. Like, oh, it's almost like, oh, that's all you could give me, Carlo. You know what I mean? Especially when you start getting more advanced and stuff
Yeah.
like that, you start kind of battling each other, which is awesome. It's like you're pushing each other.
Yes.
Your development, through your personal fitness and stuff like that, is challenging me to now come at you with different tools and stuff like that,
course.
because you are developing so fast.
Of course.
And that's and it goes back to a beginner. That at that moment, it's kind of interesting for me too, because holy shit, this person has no clue how to use their body at all. Doesn't know about their heart rate. Doesn't even know about breathing techniques. And I'm helping that person develop into a better structured body, right? To have a better structured body, a unison body.
And as far as once you've chose your trainer and you're getting into it, I know we're going to be covering this in a future topic. Guys, give them a chance. Give them a chance to teach you, to take you through what they know. Nothing happens overnight. So for you now as a client who is taking on this service and taking on this relationship with a professional, don't think that the results are going to come overnight. Please don't expect that.
That's a big one.
You have to give the professional an actual chance, because first of all, it takes us a couple of weeks to even get to know how your body responds. In actual truth, a good year with a person should be able to determine that. But not everybody wants to commit to that lengthy time or that type of financial investment. So after at least even at 6 weeks, you should start seeing some results. But a full 3 months with somebody, you should be able to tell, listen, I like the results that this person's given me, or they didn't get me to nowhere near where I was going, right? But after about 6 weeks, you should start seeing results.
Yeah, some results. And you have to do your homework.
You got to do your homework. That means you got to do your own personal work. That's what they ask of you. If they ask you to jump into so-and-so class, that's what you got to do.
Well, if you're only training them once a week, say, because you're on a bit more budget, they should be giving you a plan to train for the other days, say 3 other days or 4 other days. But you got to do the training, man. And you have to do the program. Show up 3 or 4 other times on your own at the gym and do the program.
Yes, and be accountable and eat like you're eating for your goal.
Yeah, it's not the responsibility doesn't lie on the trainer because you paid somebody.
No, eat like you want that goal bad. So meaning, if you're eating a cheeseburger and fries right now, and your goal is I'm going to lose 10 pounds to get to my wedding or my vacation, those don't align.
I mean, Rocky's boxing coach was there to teach him and stuff like that. But look how many things Rocky had to do on his own. Running and eating and
egg white shakes, right? Or egg shakes.
But that's
raw eggs.
You have to our responsibility is to mentor you through the process,
to guide
you. We're the
you
guide.
have to shine,
but
though.
you have to do everything else.
You as the star of the show has to shine, and how you shine is you show up every single day. You do the workouts.
Yeah.
You eat. You show up. You wake up every day, and you're eating the right things, and that has to be a conscious choice, meal by friggin' meal.
Yes.
It's not just a one-time, I'm going to eat clean. It doesn't happen like that, man.
No, you have to change.
You have to consciously, okay, it's lunchtime right now. I have this option or this option. Which one's my better option? Because I'm going to go train at 4 o'clock today.
Yeah.
A beer and wings is probably not my best option for lunch if I'm going to train today with my trainer at 3 o'clock.
Yeah.
and he's going to kick the crap out of me. It's
That's
probably not a good
That's the
suggestion.
responsibility. It doesn't stop. It doesn't
And believe
stop
me, you're
at
going to
that.
feel that. And you're
Yeah.
going to feel that.
It
you
doesn't.
know?
Your day doesn't just revolve around. Oh, I'm paying this person X amount of money for an hour. Okay, cool. That's my day.
No.
Like
You
there's
are not
prepping.
responsible for that.
Like you have to
Yeah.
wake up properly. You have to meal prep.
Yes.
You know, you have to make sure you come into the gym mentally ready for it.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
not just dragging your ass and like, okay, it's not like you don't pay a trainer to be your freaking buddy or you know, to just lift you up when you feel down.
Yeah.
You know, you're there to work. You're there to learn. First of all, you're there to learn yourself and learn from, you know, how to effectively do exercises, right? And ask questions. You should always ask. You're paying for the mentorship. Ask these questions.
The last tip that I have for this is frequency. I'm sure somebody's going to want to ask us about the frequency. How often should I train with a trainer? I'm just going to base it like this. If you have an immediate goal you must hit in 3 months or 6 months, you should be going 3 times a week minimum with your trainer.
Yeah.
Okay. If there's an immediate goal, but you're on a bit of a budget and you know you're serious enough to be able to be accountable for another one on your own, twice a week. You know, if you have one that's a little bit lengthier, say a year or 8-month goal, twice a week is fine.
Yep.
If you're wanting mentorship and guidance from your trainer in a program, but still some sort of accountability, once a week will do. But understand that once a week, now a lot of the responsibility and the onus is on you. So if you're not that type of person to keep yourself accountable most of the week, then I would suggest a minimum of twice a week. And if you're really serious about your goal and it's in the immediate future, you got to go at least 3.
So what was a recommended strategy? So twice a week or 3 times a week is ideal, right?
Ideal.
Now for a person who's like, okay, listen, I'm going to allot X amount of money for this experience. I want to learn as much as possible. And maybe I'll think about, you know, keeping you as a mentor after.
Yes.
How long, like,
I was actually going to cover that. So
Yeah.
I would start off aggressive, always aggressive.
Aggressive, okay.
Always aggressive to learn technique, form, learn whatever you can from this person.
immersion.
Immersion, exactly, right off the hop. So whether it's 3 or 2 times a week that you can afford, or you can, you know, commit to, right away do that. And I would at least do that for the first 2 to 3 months. Even the first month if you're really on a tight budget.
Yeah.
And then afterwards, then you can start reducing the amounts, right, or the frequency. But I would immediately start doing, if you want to really immerse yourself in this and get the best that you can. Because remember, if you drill something once a week in your head, it's not, for an hour, it's not going to stick very much.
No.
Now, at the get-go, if you start drilling something 3 times a week for, you know, an hour each day, then it's going to get in your head a little bit more. You want to build the actual habit.
Yes.
They say
Yep.
it takes about 30 days to build a habit. It takes a moment to break it too. So keep that in mind, right? So keep that in mind that the first time that you give yourself an excuse not to go to work out, that's just going to become an easier excuse next time. And hence why we say, especially right off the hop, you want to do a pretty frequent flyer program with your personal trainer.
Yeah, because now that's going to jumpstart, you know, your kind of habit, like you said, habits, the type of person that you should be in terms of your day and your mindset and all that stuff. Within that whole 30 days, 40-day immersion, that you're the person who you become after that is going to be a totally different
And
person.
let's face it, for anybody out there who's starting at anything, say you want to lose fat, right? You want to lose fat. You felt out of shape. You felt very, very soft, and you don't like the way you feel and look at all. Would you be more motivated if in the first, you know, month that you lost 5-6 pounds, or if you lost half a pound? You'd be motivated if you dropped 5-6 pounds.
Yeah.
Right, and that frequency is going to get you there to begin with, for sure. So, you know, right off the hop, I would go pretty hard.
Yeah, and then that gives you that. I think that gives you enough time to start becoming addicted to it too.
Yeah.
Because at first you're gonna be like, "Fuck, I'm sore. I don't want to do
Yeah.
this." What was I thinking? And then once you start seeing results, and you start getting into momentum,
Yeah.
you start feeling stronger, feeling
grading in
tighter,
your head.
and you're just gonna start becoming crazy about it. And this is why when people say like, "Whoa, fitness people are so crazy," or they're fanatic about it, because they've gone through
They've drilled
right?
it into
They
a
drilled
habit
into
now.
their habit
It's a
now. Like
habit.
it's weird not to feel
It's weird not to do that.
tired through a workout.
Yeah.
It feels weird
yeah,
to not be sore, you know?
For some people, it feels weird. Like if they're a daily runner at 6 a.m., it feels weird when they have to wake up one time and they have to all of a sudden sit in traffic at 6 a.m. It's like, oh, what the hell?
It's weird.
It's
Yep.
weird
Yeah.
because that's not what's ingrained in their head. Like, we are creatures of habit.
Yes.
So, you know, build a habit out of that. But I hope you guys got a lot out of this. If there's any more further questions about this topic, please email us at
BTS@strengthenyou.com. That's Bobby Terry Sandy at strength hyphen the letter N hyphen the letter U.com.
Stay tuned with us because we are going to be covering a lot of topics from some of the questions that we've been asked, and that'll be coming up real soon. Thanks for listening.
Oh, one more thing. If you are, vetting out some personal trainers and you have some questions about that,
Yeah, for sure.
about their credentials, about who they are, their training styles, and you want to ask us,
Feel free to ask.
hit us up, okay?
Yeah.
On Instagram at strengthenu, STRENGTHNU. Thanks for listening.
Thank you. Boom.